Alright, forget that take. That didn't happen. Right. One Archon Shard and one Former later. Giving myself a health regeneration Archon Shard, and I've had to use a Former to downgrade the mod to bring my health. So I'm now regenerating 5 health per second, but I lose 2 health for every enemy I kill. Hopefully that's good enough, but obviously we're aiming for like, I think previously I got like 150 kpm. So I don't know, I might still end up dying. Also, it's unfortunate, it's kind of the nature of this. This is very much like a build where the performance is going to be quite reliant on enemy spawns. I've heard some people saying that enemy spawns are bugged in this update, which would explain some things. Also, some people talking about how the Varuna augment is going to get nerfed. It really shouldn't. I really actually don't think it should be nerfed, even though it is straight up the strongest thing in the game. First of all, it doesn't have infinite scaling. Secondly, of course, it's very inconsistent. It's the strongest thing in the game, but I mean, this update's entirely themed around gambling, and part of the whole point of that augment is that it's quite inconsistent. The damage dealt by the ability is random, the target it picks is random, the enemy placement and stuff is random, and therefore the effect it has is random. All of that mod's effects are totally fucking randomized. So it is quite a gamble to use it, so I don't think it should be nerfed. I am totally fine with it being as strong as it is. So you are not always going to get its maximum output. But if you do, it is the highest kill rate build in the game. But it won't scale to infinity because the damage is that high. The thing which makes it good isn't the damage it's rate. Possible subsumes for this build are molt to increase your movement speed to get around faster. That would help out. I don't like molt. I'd rather just stick with a base kit. I know what it is, but something in me really likes her third. Might be from using the Elemental Ward setup for years, which of course wants you to use her third. As usual, I'm going to stay in for 10 minutes, and then we're going to check KPM. I put on the, I think I mentioned it already, I put on the Saxum set, or at least part of it, because that set gives you like bonus damage against lifted enemies. I don't know if that counts for Hildryn's ultimate here. If it doesn't, it really should. That just makes sense. This game's all about builds, DE. Should be allowing stuff like that to work instead of not allowing it. So it really should work, and if it doesn't, DE should pack that in. I'd love more natural synergies like that. Also similarly, like there's set bonuses which like trigger on slam attacks, and I was thinking that Hildryn's fourth, when you end it, it does like a slam. The game itself calls it a slam attack. I know for sure it doesn't work with those set bonuses, but again, that would be really cool if it did. This is not the best kind of tile for Hildryn. You want something a little bit more open. Her blast does go through walls, and it has a almost 12-meter radius for my builds now. In the previous videos, which I made about this, it only had I think like a 6-meter radius, so I've pretty much doubled its range. And our damage has also increased. Not sure by how much, because I've lowered my power strength, but in exchange we now have a crit. Less power strength, but now I have crit. Also, on my secondary, I'm running, you'll notice it, Cascadia Overcharge. I don't know if it has an effect on Balefire. If it does, then great. If it doesn't, whatever. But I slotted out on hoping it would have an effect. Life support is being problematic, and that's great. Right. See, it shreds stalkers so much faster because of crit and damage attenuation and all that shit works. Rosine, it was, made a video about the rune orb saying it's going to get nerfed. And in the video, I love shit talking with Warframe YouTubers because, quite frankly, 99% of them suck. 99% of them suck. I used to really hate Rosine. Nowadays, I don't pay much attention to him at all, so I don't care for him, so I don't really hate him or like him. I decided, fuck it, I'll watch like 2 of his videos a year, let's see how this one is with Rune Orb. I did, and he clearly doesn't know how Runa's kit works, because he's playing her wrong. But he's spamming her too, but he doesn't seem to realise that, of course, it only her 2 only spreads the first cast. But he's spamming it, so he's just wasting energy. And I mean, like, sure, play her the way you want, but then he's saying this is like the best build, which it's not. And also, he's built it around that playstyle. Like, he's got more energy regeneration than he needs, I think. So, it sucks. Like, DE loves Warframe community. He puts so much shit in towards praising Warframe community. There's like Sigil and stuff. Everyone always talks about how great Warframe community is. It's a farce. It is not true anymore. Warframe community used to be good. Then we got some toxic people. Thankfully, all the really toxic people gone, except for certain people. But I won't name them the name of. Oh, gate bugged. Brilliant. That's going to allow out KPM by quite a bit. For fuck's sake. That's like 10 seconds of no damage there. That sucks. Shit happens. But is the augment for secondaries which boosts damage based on melee combo counter? That would work with this. At least it works with Jade. So that would work with this, but that would require us to recast 4 every 30 seconds. For damage boost, which wouldn't be all that good because it only boosts crit stats. And our crit chance is only 50% here. Only half-hour shots are critting. So it would be a boost, but not a boost which would justify recasting 4 every 30 seconds. At that point, it probably would actually just be a DPS loss, just the time it takes to recast 4. But I don't think the Warframe community is anywhere near as good as people like to say it is. Also last night I watched a video from Destiny player coming over to Warframe. They were talking about the new player experience. Some things they said were about right, and some of them were really dumb. For example, they said that after 20 hours of playing the game, they still haven't gotten a second Warframe. I don't feel like that's great. I'm pretty sure most people get their first Warframe, most people get Rhino after like a couple hours. So 20 hours and not getting a second Warframe is on them, but they blamed it on the game. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Regardless, he doesn't give any basis for really why you need to obtain new Warframes that fast. And a bunch of the other shit he does, he wants to fucking Destiny-ify the game, which, God no. God no. His video just kind of strikes me as Destiny player syndrome. And I don't listen to people with Destiny player syndrome. Like this, he said, like, I imagine he will probably correct himself, but he said that Destiny has better gameplay, both gunplay and ability-wise. The gunplay is slightly debatable. There is some debate there, because Destiny's fundamental gameplay mechanics of gunplay, no shit, that is like more kind of in-depth than Warframes. It isn't enough in-depth though to balance out the other part of that. So the other part of gunplay is, of course, the guns, and their perks, and how they behave, and their abilities, and how they interact with enemies, which Warframe does 10 times better than Destiny. Because Warframe has like 500 different guns. Actually more than that, a lot more than that. Whereas Destiny has like 2 different guns. You have a semi-auto gun, and you have a full auto gun, and you have a rocket launcher. There you go, that's it. There's 3 guns you have in Destiny. Otherwise than that, they're all the exact fucking same. Right? Warframe has way better gunplay than Destiny. There you go, so there's just way more variety. And don't give me exotic weapon this, exotic weapon that, because you're wrong. Because part of the big problem with Destiny 2, especially at launch, is that exotic weapons just sucked ass. There's no difference between them and regular gear. And I mean, from whenever I've retried Destiny in recent times, I still believe that to be the case, despite some improvements. Right, let's check KPM now. 10 minutes. 120 KPM. That is less than before. Before, this was hitting like 150 KPM. So that is absolutely dependent on like maps and shit. That is unfortunate. But yeah, this build should be over 150 KPM, just keep that in mind. This is a underperforming kind of map layout we've got here. Let's just run for the finish. But yeah, the gunplay is slightly debatable for reasons I just outlined. Ability, don't. Like, saying that Destiny has like better ability design than Warframe is incredibly fucking silly. Like, that is wow. And the guy is judging that based on solely playing Excalibur, which is fucking bizarre because you chose Excalibur. You chose to play Excalibur. They tell you when you choose your Warframe, they give you a playstyle, they show you their abilities. They tell you like what they're all about. You chose the Warframe, which isn't a caster frame. So why are you complaining that they're not a caster? What are you doing? So stupid. He says some good things, but then towards the end of the video, like the first half of the video is good, the latter half is fucking awful. And it sucks. Here's a build. I have Argonac on, just as like stat stick. Epitaph is also kind of like a stat stick. You can see Saxon Spittle there. And Furax, this gives a bonus fire rate. Balefire build. Crit damage, no crit rate, it's a waste. Nautilus. Artax. So anything else to show? Oh yeah, I could have gone Madurai for more power strength, but I don't care. Archon shards, nothing too special here. Yeah, we probably didn't even need this, and this is just so that I hit 204 strength. That is not necessary because you could just slot in power drift here. Again, I hate it when a build mandates Archon shards. We should not be factoring in Archon shards. Like, the Archon shards are way too difficult. Well, not difficult, but annoying to get for them to really be factored into builds. The only builds which should factor them in is dedicated Archon shard builds, like anything to do with the corrosive full strip. Other than that, like, don't consider Archon shards, it's super unfair. Anyway, that's a bunch of yapping.